Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, like the video and share, and also say something on the comment section. So many people will say, I want to quit employment and become a business person, or I want to maintain being employed and venture into business. But again, you have to have a true definition of the word business. You have to know, sit down, understand what a business is, what requires from you or of you in order to venture into business. My friends, my viewers, and everybody, business is not easy. It's not for the faint-hearted. And you have to be very creative. You have to be very passionate about the world of business. Many people will want to go into dictionaries and things like that to look into the true meaning of the word business. But the simple and the best meaning that I can give to the word business is solving problems. Business is looking into the community, looking at your surroundings, seeing needs, requirements, and problems, and then you solve them. Of course, you'll need to put in some capital, time, energy, and investment to solve those problems. But when you solve those problems, you solve them at a cost. That cost is your total revenue. Remember, in the total revenue, you'll minus your cost, which is the expenses and things like that, and time and labor. And what remains back is your income. That's your profit. And the profit makes you automatically a business person. So look around your community, look around where you work, look around your street, look around your city, look around your family, look around your friends. What is there that needs to be done? Once you ask that question and you have a keen eye, an eagle eye, you will see many opportunities that need to be solved, and by solving them at a cost, you'll become a business person. Look around where you live, the estate where you live, and one of the business ideas that I'm going to be talking about today is the business of taking care of kids. It's called the baby care. Many people don't like having house girls, the expense of having house girls, or even how big their houses is to accommodate another person in their houses. Yet these people have to go and hustle. These people have to go and work. There are so many single mothers out there. There are so many parents there who are both working and they're busy. So they don't have the time to stay at home with the kid, and they don't want to have a house help at the house. So one of the most untapped businesses I've seen around, especially in our communities, is the business of taking care of babies. It's called the baby care. What do you need to start a baby care? First and foremost, you need to pay to have a house. And the minimum you can start with is probably a one-bedroom house. A one-bedroom house, approximately 15,000 plus the deposit, that is 30,000 shillings for the rent and the deposit. And then again, remember, you're going to be having kids in that house. So you need to invest in toys, cars, things to play with. So if you invest with toys of around 30,000, decorations and everything around the wall and play toys, with 30,000 you're good to go. One of other things that you really require when you want to put up a baby care is you will need a microwave. You will need a microwave. Some of these kids come with their food, and the food need to be warmed. So you will need a microwave which is around 8,000. You will also need a gas. Some kids the parents will require you to cook for them or to warm the food with the gas. So you will need a gas which is around 5,000, the small gas. And then something else that you might require, which is not very much important, but it is good to have, it's a fridge. When these parents bring you lunch boxes with foods, to avoid these foods becoming stale and to take care of the health of the kids, it's good to have a small fridge which costs around 20,000. So microwave, gas plus fridge is around 33,000. And then something else that you need to invest if you're starting up this business is to market yourself. You need to advertise yourself in social platforms with placards, with adverts, brochures, and flyers. You tell your community, you go door to door telling them. So let's say the expense of the brochures and the flyers and the walking around your community trying to advertise yourself and to market that business is around 10,000. Then the most important thing that you're going to require, because of course I expect that it is not you who is going to be taking care of the kids, is to have a good help, or an employee, somebody who is conversant, somebody who is educated, who is literate, who knows about kids, who loves kids and who has a passion for taking care of kids. Remember, it's a very risky business also. If you have somebody who is careless, who is not able to take care of kids, who is always on the phone and the kids are playing, it could be very hazardous. So you got to have somebody who is very good at taking care of kids. You also have to have a phone in that house. In case of an emergency, you have to have a medical support, somebody that you can call immediately in case there's a medical emergency. Those are the initial requirements of starting up a baby care. But with time, as you progress, it's good to have CCTV footage on the house in which you having the babies. Remember, something might come up, a case might come up, or a legal tussle, and you'll have to refer to the CCTV footage to be able to know what happened. It's a very good business. You can imagine having, if you have like 10 kids in a day, and those kids give you like 200 per day, that is 2,000 per day. 2,000 per day, if you take 2,000 per day times, let's say 26 days, the non-working days, 2,000 per day times 26 days, that is 52,000. With 52,000, you're going to pay the salary for your help, which is 15,000. And then there is 56,000 minus 15,000 is 41,000. You pay your rent 15,000. That's already a revenue of around 26,000 profit. And that is the minimum, just 10 kids. If you could have 20, you move to a bigger house, and this is the minimum payment. Some of these kids will pay, the parents will pay you per month, which is higher. They will require you to stay late hours, so there'll be overtime. They will require you to stay with the kids over the weekend. Maybe they want to go and have fun as parents. So that is a very good business which is not yet tapped in the community. If you're living in a community where you are able to tap this kind of business, you are good to go. Another business that I'm going to talk about is about beauty and fashion. You see, our ladies love to be beautiful. Our ladies love to look smart and to look outstanding. And no matter what you do, things with beauty and beautifying our ladies is just like food business. They will always do makeup, they will always wear those good hair, human hair, wigs and things like that. They will always apply to themselves those perfumes and oils and things like that. I'm going to give you an example of this. You have a stall which is around, so for the baby care business, you need around a minimum of 130,000, and that is too much, but 130,000 you're good to go. Now, let's go for the beauty boutique. You have a house which costs 20,000, you pay rent plus deposit, which is around 40,000, and then you have the stock. You see, there are so many kind of hairs. There's human hair, there's wig. I don't know how they call them, but there are so many kind of hairs which will give you almost 50 plus and above profit. So if you invest in this kind of business, you pay rent 40,000, stock is around 50,000, and then the licenses because of the municipality around 15,000. And then there are things like you need a seat, maybe you need those what do we call them? Those heads that you dress the hairs, the wigs and the things. Equipment of around 20,000, and then the starting salary for your staff around 15,000. With 140,000, you are good to go, and you can be able to put up a very good boutique. That business is usually around, if you're in Nairobi, around River Road, around there are a lot of people selling those kind of things. And their oils, there are some girls who want to be brown skin. They want to apply those oils and change their color. Those oils and hairs go hand in hand together. Another business that is very good, and it is an opportunity you can tap around your community, is a green growth opportunity. Some people may see it's a lowly job, but some of these people who don't go to the offices and don't work in white collar offices have a lot of money. If you could open up a green grocery around your community, The store is around 15,000. So rent plus deposit around 30,000. And then in the greengrocer, you put things like cereals, maize, beans, dengu, um, vokoi, green peas. You put all the kinds of cereals, rice, all the varieties of rice, tamu, you what, you put them there. The stock for cereals for starting stock is around 40,000. And then you can put fruits and vegetables there, which is around 30,000. With fruits and vegetables, you have to be careful. Don't invest too much. Don't put too many unless you have clients. And don't, when you're going to get when you're getting your supplies, make sure they're not all ripe. They ripe in stages so that you don't get spoils and then you start incurring losses. Inside that greengrocer, you can also put an M-Pesa outlet. An M-Pesa outlet, the minimum float is around 100,000, which is negotiable, but at least you need cash 50,000 and float in your line around 50,000. Once you have that and the place is secure, you're able to put an M-Pesa outlet. And then in the same store, you can put a gas outlet. Remember, the community, they're using gas every day. Gas needs to be refilled almost in a monthly or week. Some people, in a community, you will never lack somebody whose gas has gone out and they need to refill. So if you could have one store with fruits and vegetables, with cereals, with an M-Pesa outlet, and then with the gas outlet, remember, one of these you must sell every day. So you're going to balance your business in such that there's always sales for one commodity or the other. That's also a very good business that you can tap in. Other kinds of businesses that you need to look into, though it could be a bit expensive, is the wines and spirits. Wines and spirits is a very good job. As long as you get somebody to supply you, you will never go wrong in those kind of business. Remember, people here are out hustlers. People cannot take beer because you'll take so much beer and you're not getting drunk. They like those wines and spirits that you just get around 250 ml and you mix with water, you mix with soda, and you're drunk. So wines and spirits is also a very good business that you can think about. Another business that is very good and it is within yourself is if you are a creative person. If you are a creative person, you can make that creativity a source of income. Probably you can open a YouTube account like this one. You make sure you pass all their criteria, the subscribers, the watch time hours, and you make sure you make original content. And then you make sure that your content is original, it's attractive, it's interesting, it's informative. With time, you're going to begin. Some of the richest people in this country are earning from online content creation. You can also do another business that I'm going to talk about is your area of specialty. Are you a doctor? Are you an accountant? Are you an engineer? You can start a consultancy services based on what you do or what you're good at or your talent. If you're good in football, you can start coaching. If you're a trainer, you can start a gym, gymnastic, whatever it is that you're good at. Like, for example, I'm an accountant. I do consultancy services, I do bookkeeping, I do returns for people, NSSF, NHIF, PAYE, and things like that. So, consultancy services based on your skills, your interests, and your talent. It's also a very good and payable business. Another business that you can do very well. If you look at my contents, you will see that I also did a video on chicken rearing. Around where I live, I just saw some space. I talked to my landlord and I put up a small structure where I rear chickens. I have over 100 chickens. I have 3 rabbits. I have ducks, butter. So I don't buy eggs anymore. And also, my neighbors buy eggs from me. If my neighbors want to slaughter chicken, they don't go to look for chicken. They come to my place. I sell them. And there's no loss in that because those chickens, some of them have been born in your place. The feed is your house leftovers, and you just become a supplier of chicken and eggs and meat, and it is just so simple. So if you have a small piece of land somewhere where you can put up a structure for rearing chicken, you will never go wrong. Some of these things will always have demand. Whether we have a calamity whether we have an epidemic or not, people will always have to eat. So if you rear chicken, you'll always have a market for it. You'll always have a market for the eggs and things like that. So as I said before, business, the true definition of business is looking at opportunities or at demands, at needs in the community or problems and solving them. So you just look around. Some people don't shine their shoes in the house when they are going to work. So this place needs a shoe shiner. You just find somebody who can do that job, invest in him, and put a structure around the road, and they'll be doing shoe shining, and you can collect even if it's 200 or 300 per day. You just look and you see. There is garbage collection. You see your community people are suffering, they are dumping garbage in the wrong places. You find people who can pull carts, or you have a vehicle that can collect people's garbage on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, and you charge for it. And then you go and dump those garbages in the right place. So business is seeing opportunities in your community or seeing problems and having the mind and the aggressiveness to solve those problems at a cost, and that cost becomes your revenue. And with your revenue, of course, there's some input, there's capital, but of course you'll have to get profit from it. So guys, those are some of the businesses that you can look into your community, into your area, and tap into them. If you have any question, if you have any comments, just send it on the comment section. And if you have anything that you want us to talk about, any business opportunity that you want me to elaborate, please feel free to say it on the comment section. You can also email me at my mail address, moviebrian010@gmail.com. Until next time, take care.